All right, everyone, here we go. It's an all signs reading. Doesn't matter what your sign is, it's straight up energy reading. This is Mars in Pisces. Okay, what is it? Well, I mean, everybody's going to talk about, I love doing that part where everybody's going to talk about it. Everybody is. Everybody's going to talk about how we go with our gut. It fuels our intuition rather than taking aggressive action. And that's all true. That's 100% true. It does that. Okay? Yep. We're going to trust our intuitions are getting kicked up. I've been talking about it. I talked about it in the lunar eclipse reading. I wrote about it in my March write-up, absolutely. But I'm going to warn you about a couple of things. All of that's true. Very positive. I'm not going to kill the energy here. I'm just going to warn you about a couple of things with that. All right? Nobody else will because it costs viewers to do it. People are going to shut, oh, here he goes. I'm out of here. Okay? No. It's very simple. We might be a little too quick to trust our gut. Mars is always aggressive. It doesn't matter. We're not taking aggressive action towards things. But we might be taking impulsive action. We might worry a little too much about being overly aggressive only to trust our intuition a little too quickly. And it ends up looking aggressive to the outside observer or impulsive. Okay? So keep that in mind. All right? So yes, we trust our gut more. Our gut kicks up. I've got righteous missions here in the pre-shuffle. I've got emotional, going after the sword of truth. I'm doing this for me. The Knight of Cups, I'm getting justice. I'm kicking some fucking ass. Where there's been disappointment and trouble, I'm bringing it back. I'm like a phoenix rising. Absolutely, I see it. It's all here in the surface energy, especially this part of it right here, all the way up to justice. I mean, it's insane, right? But that's it. It's fine. You just might trust, you might be a little too quick, a little bit impatient. You might be a little too quick to trust your gut. And that can get you into trouble. All right? So, trust the spidey sense. You don't always have a lot of time to act on things, but you got a little time just to make sure you're not acting too quickly. That's all. Also, you might want to look out for passive-aggressive behavior from the DM side. Right? They want to avoid conflict of this energy. It is a very creative, it does power creativity and all of that. But on the DM side, on the flip side of this, the incoming energy, it feels like it's getting creative as a way to avoid having to talk about anything that might cause a fight. In other words, kinds of things. So, I don't know. We'll see. Just watch out for people being passive aggressive, all right? This is great. I got somebody attached to you making you their fucking mission, all right? They got it. Their intuition is screaming at them that if they don't act now, they're not going to get another chance. Okay? That's it. And again, what did I just get done saying? Rewind. People trust it. This energy might make you trust your intuition a little too quickly. Trust your gut. I'm going with my gut. I'm just doing it, right? To the outside observer, it might look aggressive, even though it's not your intention to be. In fact, your intention might be to not look aggressive, and to trust your gut. Well, I'm trusting my gut. I'm not just being, Hulk smash kind of a thing. Now, to the outside observer, it can look like you acted too quickly and impulsively. Somebody may do that. You may perceive it that way, that somebody acted too quickly. You're definitely their mission. There's no doubt. You're somebody's mission. It could be somebody who's been trying to reach you that can't. It could be a family member, a friend. It could be all of it. It could be a runner. It could be an ex. It could be all of it. The whole thing. I mean, it could be a whole bunch of people. If there's somebody's phone call you've been avoiding, they're on operation get that phone call through. And they're coming up with creative ways to do it. They're trusting their gut that you want to talk to them. Really? That always boggles my mind, I say it all the time. If I haven't called you in 20 years, I didn't lose your fucking number. I just didn't want to talk to you, that kind of a thing. I don't know. Let's shuffle the deck. First card out's before the cuts. Why the fuck are we here? So yeah, this is a great energy. I talked about it in my monthly write-up. It's terrific. Just be careful. You might be inclined to trust your gut a little too quickly, and that's where the aggression has to go somewhere. The aggression, it doesn't just go away. Right, it just gets funneled somewhere else. It gets funneled into impulsiveness a little bit. Be sure and separate. I mean, I wish I could tell the DMs this or whoever's attached to you because they're not here. But be sure and separate your gut, your spidey sense, what your gut is telling you, from a desire of some kind. A craving, if you will. All right, let's see where we go. Why the fuck are we here? Card before the cut. So that's that. It's fine. It's fine. Watch out for passive aggressiveness in this energy. Yeah, the Six of Swords. We're here because it's sort of like it's like a fox energy in a way, but it didn't give me the Seven of Swords, which has a fox on it in this deck, a sly fox, right? It's sometimes with a canoe, it's a good sneak up on you kind of a thing, right? Those canoes are very quiet. You could sneak up. That's why they're good for fishing. You can sneak up on things. The fish don't even know you're fucking there. You pull up in a speedboat or a bass boat, right? A wake in the water moving along. I mean, you're not going to catch anything for a good hour. They're like, well, what the fuck is that? I'm out of here, right? It's a bit of that. I think that's something for your mind's eye. That's kind of what this energy is. It's somebody's, I don't know. Maybe it's somebody you don't want to talk to that's sneaking in. I don't know. It could be. I said, if I haven't called you in 20 years, I didn't lose your number. I just don't want to talk to you, right? It wasn't a pleasurable experience in the previous times. After the cut is the Two of Wands, yeah. Somebody's got a sneak attack plan for you. It's nothing deceptive about it. I don't have a Seven of Swords or a devil. It's not bad. It's just, somebody sneaking in. Like you in a canoe sneaking up on the fish, right? I mean, I don't know. It's just very creative. Well, it does kick up creativity. I said that. Rewind. It does. We get very creative. Creative ways, it's passive aggressive, but it's also creative ways of avoiding conflict. Okay. Well, let's see where we go. You're somebody's plan. Well, I already said you were their mission in the pre-shuffle. We just get verification here. We're getting validated right there. Woo! All right, let's go. Let's shuffle the deck. It's general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you found Steve's Left Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. We're going to pull a pyramid. All right? I'm not a time lord. This is Mars is in Pisces till like early May. So we got a ways to go. It's going to be here. All right. Let's see where we're at. Whoa. Flipping out of the deck here. Oh, man. It flew out. I had to stop. It jumped. You probably heard it. Yeah, and I said, I was going to keep going, and it wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me. It's the fox. It's Seven of Swords. Ooh, I'm not really getting corrected because it's the overall energy, but I kind of am. Because my overall, if you've been here a while, right, you know that my overall energy, I've told you this many times, right, the overall energy of the reading crosses the card before the cut of why the fuck are we here. So I talked about this card around that Six of Swords. It's just validating a little bit what I said. It's the sly fox. Somebody's got a plan. All right. I don't know. It's a mild deception. I'm not sure why. It could be. It feels more internal. It feels like somebody is. I'm not too far off. I don't joke about anything that's not part of the reading. Feels like somebody's deluding themselves. That you want to talk to them, that you want to hear them. This has been coming up in readings. But now it's their spidey sense telling them this, right? It's their intuition. They're coming up with a sly plan. I already said that around the Six of Swords. The Two of Wands backs up. They're at the intention stage. They're getting creative, right? But they may have themselves convinced in a fit of lies that we tell ourselves that you want to talk to them, or that they've got a chance, or that it's not going to result in a fight, or whatever it is. I feel like they're lying to themselves. Right? The approach towards you is honest. I feel like the lies are internal. That's what I feel like. And underneath that is the Ace of Swords. It's true. It's somebody's truth. And again, somebody's making you their mission. Somebody really is here. Here's how they feel about you. Right? I'm going to pull a pyramid. Here's how they feel. Here's how they see you. It's another one of those readings. Man, these readings lately have been crazy. All right, here's how they feel about you. Here's what they think about you. And a potential final outcome is at the bottom. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. Nobody can. I'll clarify whatever I think needs clarifying. And you bet we're going to extend this one. Because I got somebody planning to come your way. Let's clarify with the light seer. Okay, here we go. How do they feel? I don't know. They're coming. Yeah, they're coming. I mean, look. Come on. I can't make this stuff. It's the love geese. And again, don't assume, well, I'm done with my runner. I just watch you, Steve, because you're funny. Okay, I'm not that funny. And secondly, It doesn't matter. You've got other soul connections, right? I've got other uses besides just some fucking runner. All right, this could be about business. It could be about anything coming in here. If you're here for a reason. This could be a family member that you just avoid their calls. They're going to sneak attack you. They're going to just show up. If they're anything like my family, they'll just show up and knock at the door. Well, we haven't been able to reach you for a while, so we flew out. Oh, fucking hell. Well, I'll tell you what. You wish you had the mansion on the hill at that point, right? You get a good shot with the rifle downhill, get the high ground. It's either way, whatever, right here. The love geese are in the air. Somebody here is feeling your soul connection. They're making you a mission. Geese flying south are on a mission. They really are. There he is. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be a hell of a reading. It's the goat with its feet on fire. It's the devil. Right? What's red with that? The high priestess. Sneak attack. What did I just get done saying? I do not know why I'm your second favorite. I have no fucking idea. I said the sneak attack. Hidden. It's coming. You don't know they're showing up. The geese are on a mission. Everything I fucking said. And there's the devil. Now that I'm going to have to clarify the shit out of. I know what I want to say here, but I'm going to catch shit for it. You secretly want this. They're telling themselves that, okay? It's an energy of you want it, right? This is, you might put up a fight that you don't want to hear from this person, but you do, but you don't, but you do. It's a country song, right? You do, but you don't, but you do, but you don't. It's a bit of that. I don't quite know how to phrase it. In their mind, in your mind, it's you want it. In their mind, you want it. Technically, it's the energy of Rapey McRaperman as well. Technically, it kind of is. This person, anytime we advance on something, that energy is there. We advance on something that's not interested. Okay? It's the same energy. Okay. I don't know. What are they thinking? The Ace of Cups? And what else? Fucking hell, the Death Cup. Come on, I can't make this shit up. I'm not even going to pull the final outcome yet. I just want to talk about this for a moment. They think you want a new beginning. They think you want to try again. They think that they've got themselves convinced that whatever is going on, it's not even a bygones is bygones. It feels like they've got them. I have to consider this. And they got their own truth. Okay? Their own truth. That's the sort of truth, but it's crossing bullshit here. So take it how you want to take it. What do they think about when they think about you? They think about how you hope they show up. It feels very delusional here. Somebody who's not used to being creative with their emotions is being creative with their emotions. Okay? Think about that for a moment. Think about somebody you know in your life who's not separate from the reading, just trying to explain the energy. Think about somebody you know in your life that's not normally creative. All of a sudden trying to paint or play piano or take up some kind of something that's completely out of the ordinary for them, completely out of character, right? They're very straight-laced now. They're trying to be all hippy-dippy free spirit kind of a thing. It's a bit of that, a little bit. Somebody who's very delusional. It's not over until I say it's over. It's that kind of energy. That's what they think about when they see you. You think it's over? This isn't over, right? You think you're not taking my call? You're taking my call. You think I'm not coming over? I'm coming. It is the type of energy I was describing here, And it plays out, the same frequency of energy can play out 1,000 different ways. The same person that's getting a little handsy with you at the bar is the same thing as this here, is somebody saying it's not over until I say it's over. Even if you're talking to them at a distance, it's the same thing. It's one energy forcing itself upon another energy. That other energy here is just like, maybe you don't see it coming. Maybe that's why you're getting this reading. I don't know. Let's take a look. Let's see what your final outcome is. It's red with the devil, so this ought to be really interesting. And the 9 of Wands. Whatever barriers you've got, you're gonna let this energy in by. It's sort of like letting. I don't know if it's werewolves or vampires. It's one of them where they say you have to invite it in before it can come in. Let's just say it's a vampire. It probably is. I don't know. I don't know if you could talk to a werewolf. So let's just say if it's vampires, right? You got to invite them in. They have to be invited in. You're going to invite this in. Your defenses are really weak in this energy. You're buying this, okay? You feel like you can handle it. Your gut tells you to let this energy in. Nines of the end in tarot, and there's not much left of that wall. Any wall you put up is not going to stop this energy. This energy, the incoming energy, is stronger than your energy. Okay, we're going to see where we go. I mean, that's the way it reads anyway. Let's clarify with the light seer. Very strange. Let's see here. Let's pull on the devil. Let's get started right away. The devil, why is it here? So again, you don't have to call the police. I'm just describing this energy to you. It's a sneak attack. It's a sneak attack, and they're not taking no for an answer. They're going to put a stop to whatever new love you found. I could read it that way. I could read it no matter what angle I read it. And it's somebody getting creative that's not used to it. So again, it comes across. It might come across if this could be innocent. This could be somebody showing up, a family member showing up that usually you're like, you have a policy of call first. You know, didn't that come up in the weekly reading somewhere where I talked about calling first and somebody just shows up? Well, all my readings tie together. It's not surprising that this might come out then. So let's say this is somebody who you would have appreciated called first and then they just show up. You know, it is that kind of thing. It's just somebody here is just, you're not taking no for an answer. They're just showing up. Whatever wall you put up, it's not enough to stop them. Whatever excuse you gave, it's not enough to stop them. All right, here we go. The devil. Why is it here? You're somebody's fucking mission. I said it in the pre-shuffle, and I'm going to continue to say it here. And we had a Knight of Cups in the pre-shuffle. I showed it to you. It's right here too, in case you missed it. There it is, the Knight of Cups. You're somebody's mission. This is how they feel. Their feelings and thoughts are all intertwined. This person normally has a big ego. They're the Burger King, if you will, kind of energy. Got to have it their way, narcissist. That narcissism is intertwined with their emotions. They're getting the soul is shut down. They're getting the soul mixed up with their desires. It's the same thing I warned you about before I pulled the card before the cut. I said, make sure you don't get your gut, your intuition, your gut mixed up with some sort of desire, okay, or craving, if you will, right? My gut tells me it's okay to eat this sheet of brownies. Is it your gut telling you that, or is that a bit of wishful thinking, right? It's a good way to describe this energy, right? This person's going, this person's going, my gut tells me Steve's viewer wants to talk to me, and this ain't over till I say it's over. Is that your gut? Is it? Or is it you just being crazy? Is it this little guy right here? Either way, here they come. What's on top? Look, I'm just trying to help you. I am. I don't think this is anything nefarious. I call it a rapey McRaperman energy, but that's not what it's about. But it's the same energy. It doesn't matter. I mean, there's the eight of Swords. Why is that here? The Knight of Swords. Again, it's the impulsiveness I talked about. Somebody's not paying attention to whatever that is. They're not paying attention to it, and they're coming anyway. End of story. They're just rolling right in. Bridging energy is the Fool. Okay? They think it's their intuition. Again, the intuition, the Mars aggressive energy moving to the gut, the intuition, can make you trust your gut a little too quickly. All right? So what you think, so you can jump for desires and cravings and the sheet of brownies or Steve's viewer that you think still loves you. This is a heyday energy for the handsy guy at the bar, or if you're one of my influencer followers, some sort of crazy psychotic that thinks you're meant to be together and shows up at your place. I mean, I imagine LAPD is going to be called in this energy quite a bit at celebrity houses all over as the stalkers come out of the woodwork. Wouldn't surprise me with the way the surrounding energies are around this. In your case here, it's a little lighter, it's a little mellower. but it's still somebody who, no matter what, they don't care you got a fence up, they don't care you got a wall up, they don't care you said call first, they just show up. All right? And you're not having any new love. They're going to put a stop to that. All right? Tell you what. I got a sneak attack here. I'm going to go straight in on the death card here. Tell me about the death card. And then we're going to pull the shit out of your final outcome. All right. These cards just amazed me. That's amazing that came out. It's incredible. All right. Let's see where we go. Come on. Why's the death card here? Mars in Pisces is a really good thing if you're good with your emotions. If you're already a creative person, it enhances things. If you're not, if you're an ego-based person, it turns you into what I'm talking about here. Not taking no for an answer. It can come across a little aggressive, even if it's not intended to be by the person. It can come across a little impulsive and a little aggressive. Right? And again, it has to be mentioned. It has to be worth talking about because you can get yourself into trouble with this kind of energy. You know, because you might be inclined to let the DF side. This is your final outcome. You might be inclined to let your defenses down a little bit. You know, maybe, but I don't know. 7 of Pentacles here is crossing. It's someone making, this has come up in a few readings, a few positions. I think it was in the Zodiac Fly-Through somebody had this. Anyway, it's some sort of energy where somebody's making plans that involve you without telling you. Remember, we had the 2 of Wands after the cut. Yeah, somebody feels like now's the time to revive this. And I'm not taking no for an answer. Don't care if they're not answering my call. Don't care if they don't want to hear from me. This could be, again, a family member, a friend, a runner, an ex. It's most strongly reading as a friend or a family member that you're estranged from or an ex. That's what it's most strongly reading as. But again, take it as it resonates for you, like the kids like to say. Somebody feels like now's the time. Now or never. Okay. Here we go. Again, just a little too quick to trust their gut. Especially since this is a person who doesn't usually live out of their gut. So how do you instantly trust it? How do you instantly become an expert, right? You know, I don't know. I mean, it's like the equivalent of taking one karate lesson at the mall, right? Some guy giving a course. You take one karate lesson at the mall, and you leave there. You go, I know kung fu, right? And you take off and you try to take on a whole bar of, a whole bar. You walk into a biker bar. You go, you guys all look like pussies. Come on, right? Bring it. You got one lesson at the mall. I mean, this person's never used their gut before. And they're using it like they're some kind of gut master. And they're not, I mean, it's just the 10 of Pentacles. Oh, why is that here? The 6 of Swords. Yeah. Somebody coming into your life. You think this is over. You think this is done. You think your wall keeps them out. You think this person can't reach me. They're probably not going to reach out. I'm not going to take the call anyways. They're coming to sneak attack. They think they can get in. They're going to use the canoe. They're going to let the birds and the wind pull them into your life. They're going to. Why? Because they want you in their life. And they're making all these decisions unilaterally. It's all unilateral. And it's all because they don't know how to use their gut. I'm not sure what happens here. We're going to pull the final outcome. In my karate analogy, that person who takes on the biker bar after one karate lesson at the mall gets their ass kicked. We'll see what happens here. I mean, I don't know. They at least end up locked in a dumpster. So we'll see what happens here. 9 of Wands. Why is it here? Somebody's going to correct me. Karate's different than Kung Fu, Steve. Yeah, I know. One's Japanese, one's Chinese, I know. I'm just making, these readings aren't scripted, so I just go with it, right? So, again, if I had a script, it'd be different. Right? You can yell at the writers. There's no writers here. We're just going with it. I know Kung Fu is Neo from The Matrix, right? Where he learns it all that comes in and he stops. I know Kung Fu. Right? There you go. So I'm just using that line. Usually they don't teach Kung Fu at the mall. They just put up a sign, karate, because everybody knows what that is. All right, here we go. Oh, Final outcome for you. Fuck. I got the crossing energy is the Page of Wands with the Three of Cups. It's naive energy. It's you think it's okay to let this vampire in. Oh, why? I picked that up, and I know I'm going to catch shit for saying this. Somebody's going to tell me I'm not like that, Steve. What kind of person do you think I am? I'm not stupid. You are a little bit in this energy. You're quick to trust your intuition a little too much, too. Okay? It's why I'm telling you. I'm just, it's nothing. I know there's a devil here. I still don't feel like the devil isn't here representing something where you need to call the police, right? It might be for a couple of you. I don't know. Be careful about letting people in. I mean, yeah. I mean, a little naive, a little bit, well, it can't hurt to talk to them, is what you might say here. It can't hurt to talk to them. It can be a fruitful conversation, emotional conversation. It can't hurt to talk to them, is what you might say. Hear them out. I'm telling you, listen to me very carefully. It can. I'm not saying it will hurt to talk to them or hear them out. I'm telling you it can. And you should at least acknowledge that. Okay? Acknowledge that it can hurt. Don't tell yourself it can't hurt to talk to them. I'm telling you it can. And you should be aware of that too. It doesn't mean you don't talk to them. Sure, go ahead, come on in. Let's have a chat. Right? Come on in. It's fine, but don't be naive. Keep your scanners peeled. You've seen the cards, you've seen how they fall, you've seen how I'm describing them. Okay? It is what it is. All right, here we go. The Tower. Yeah. It's an unexpected energy. It's the universe's way with these cards as a medium. You're that little squirrel. When he got up this morning, he was not expecting this. In fact, he was planning that day to prune the tree a little bit. Maybe, open up the space a little, get some camouflage going a little better. He was going to work on the tree that day. Bam! Right? Not expecting this. So keep in mind, it can hurt. It can go wrong. This is somebody here who's never used their gut before. And they're going on their gut, which means they're going to assume other things too. They're going to assume that you're interested in this, that you like that you like this, that you want them to say this. It could play out any number of ways. I do have a devil here. And someone here is just acting impulsively. Their real intuition is telling them, hey, chill out. Maybe you should stop for a moment and consider some things. No, gotta go. Right? And if that's not fast enough, I'll ride the motorcycle. It's that kind of a thing. Somebody's just taking leaps of faith here without thinking. All right. Sudden. Things turn very quickly once you let somebody on the other side of this wall. It could just be, for most of you, this is as simple as a conversation. That's all. Okay? Okay, why is that here? The Star. The Star comes after a Tower. And it does here. How many times, look at these cards. Look how fucked up these cards are. You can see the ripped edges and all that stuff. I've been using this deck since the end of 2022. I think I broke this deck in. Something around there. Okay, and here we are now at the beginning of 2026. And these cards are back together again like they would be in a brand new deck as they're stacked in. And it's taken that's a lot of shuffling. It's thousands of shuffles on this deck for sure. That's pretty amazing. What's the bridge? The Ace of Swords, which is what we opened with. Okay? And it's what I was going to say here a little bit. I was going to say something about your truth. There's your Ace of Swords. Okay? They got theirs right there, which is crossing 7 swords of bullshit. I think you do have a chance to set something straight here. I don't think it goes horribly wrong. I think it's fine. You're getting an opportunity that you wanted. I want you to keep your defenses up a little bit. Okay? A little bit. I don't want you to assume that nothing can go wrong by letting them in. Well, they showed up without calling. You got to turn this person around and spank them into realizing that what you want matters. It's not just what they want. What you think matters. It's not just what they think. All right? If you can do that, you can have a reconciliation here. But by just assuming that everything is fine, you won't. You'll be in for a real surprise. But yes, if you can have some honest conversation with this person and convince them of your truth, tell them the actual truth, because the actual truth appears to be on your side. I don't have any deception here. I don't have any deception cards here, right? I think what you have to say might blow their fucking mind as well. But their truth is bullshit, right? It's 7 swords. And again, you can have what you want here, but you've got to let this person know that it's not what you want, it's not what you assume, and somehow convince them or show them that they're not really following their intuition at all. In fact, they're just following a desire, and that's why the devil is here. They don't know how to use their intuition. Most people like this don't, right? Most people, someone who forces themselves on you, assumes you're interested. Doesn't care if you're not, only cares about themselves. It's that kind of a thing. Somebody who just shows up without calling, and when you said you didn't want to talk to them and they show up anyway, it's the same fucking energy. It's no different, right? Doesn't care. They just assume because their gut tells them. Somebody who hasn't used their gut before is now using their gut, and it's more they're following desire than they are intuition. You have to point that out to them. Or you won't accomplish anything here. And don't for a moment be naive and think, it'll be no big deal. This will be easy. Nothing. What could happen? You need to make sure you're aware that this person here needs to be straightened out with some actual truth. Make it very clear that what you want matters. How are you going to do that? I don't know. It's going to vary for all of you. For most of you, it's just with words. For some of you, it's with a rolling pin in your fucking hand. I mean, I don't fucking know. Maybe a 20 gauge. I have no fucking idea. But either way, you make it clear that what you want matters. It's that kind of energy. Don't do anything crazy. There's nothing to worry about here too much. For most of you, it's just somebody showing up under a lot of assumptions. Creative assumptions. Under the false impression that their gut is telling them to come in. I'm just following my gut. It said to show up. Okay. Let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. It is what it is. Might be a very specific reading. I don't fucking know. But it's the reading I got. It's a sneak attack. Here we go. Let's see where we're at. Let's see where we're at. 2 of Wands. Again, I can't escape it. No matter how many times I shuffle, the pre-shuffle comes back now on one of the cards. Now the 7 of Swords was replaced with one of the cards from the cut position. The 2 of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the 3 of Cups, and there's our Knight of Cups, which was crossing there. It was in the pre-shuffle. It's right here. Now the Knight of Cups is crossing the Ace of Swords. These are red center, left, right. In their mind, their intentions are good. Okay? It's I don't know why this would be the final message to you, but it's, again, maybe to put your mind at ease, that you don't need the 20 gauge, maybe just the rolling pin. I don't know. It's sort of their intentions are very good. It's just somebody processes emotions with a sword. And they're still doing that even with Mars in Pisces. But the problem is they're trusting their gut energy. Their actual intuition is kicked up, right? But they just don't know how to read it. It's something that they shut down in favor of desire, in favor of thoughts. Let me pull, hold on a second. Let me throw one more card on top of that Ace of Swords here. Hold on. Give me one more card on that Ace of Swords. I know what I want to say here, but I can't find it. Hold on. Yeah. The Magician, the 6 of Cups, and the 5 of Cups crossing here. All sitting on top of the Ace of Swords. I think this is the universe's way of having you have some sympathy for this person a little bit. So maybe you don't hit them with the rolling pin. I mean, it's a little bit of that. You can have a little sympathy for this person. This person is very, I'm going to call it paranoid, but it's more afraid, more regretful, more whatever. They don't want what happened in the past. Just take it as it resonates. They don't want what happened in the past with you to happen again. And again, I have talked about this. People in their egos right now with the energies that are in play are crushing walnuts with dynamite instead of a simple nutcracker. And that's all that's happening here. Somebody is overplaying a hand in a big way because they're afraid what's going to happen. Will happen. What happened last time will happen again. You're probably getting this reading because if you didn't know this, what happened last time would happen again because of their actions. So in a big way, you're sort of saving them from themselves here, a little bit. You can have a fruitful conversation here, but again, you need to have a little bit of sympathy for this person in order to do it, because I think your initial reaction to whoever this is showing up is a little bit annoyed. It's what I think. It's the way it feels. Sort of like the way you might be annoyed if somebody you told to call first, didn't call first, and they just showed up. That kind of annoyed. So take it for what it's worth to you. I got a devil to pull on here. I do. I have a sneak attack. I have a devil. I have a connection. I have some kind of connection here. It's pretty important. I'm going to pull on it in the extended. I will also open by pulling on you. Get a little bit more about you in this Mars Pisces energy. Hopefully something a little more rainbow and unicorn than this. But that's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you want the extended, there's a couple of links at the top of the description. Good luck.